Well, g'day curd nerds. G'day curd nerds. Well, 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 g'day curd nerds. Welcome back. Why is it so dark in here? Alexa, turn on the studio.
Okay.
That's a bit better. Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. Love my new well, it's not new. I love it. The cow shirt. You gotta be there. So good. Anyway, hello everybody. Love to see you again after a 1 week break. We had Australia Day here. I decided to take the long weekend off, as you do. But yeah, I'm back, and thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. New Monday morning format. Same format, actually. It's just Monday mornings. I've been thinking about this for a long time. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. I don't get many sleep-ins, as you know. I'm an early riser. But the ones I do get, I feel that they are precious. My precious. So I decided, well, half of the viewership watch from the US, Canada, and that part of and Europe. So why not try Monday morning, which is really Sunday for you guys? So I thought, well, why not? Give it a go, see what happens. We've got 20 people watching, so I'm glad that I have done that. So, hopefully a few more will join during the show, but there you go. That's the reason why. Sleep-ins, plus it's very much convenient because I'm at work anyway. Started work, might as well go live and then go and pack all the orders after that. So, there you go. That's the reason for the Monday shift. I think if it works for you guys, then we'll keep it permanent. I'm quite happy to do that. I had a bounce in my step this morning because I rested yesterday, so that was good. Anyway, good to see so many people in the chat, which is unusual for YouTube, I must say, but probably not so much for this show because it's a very lively bunch. So, let's say g'day to a few people. Can I get the first? The very first was Patricia. G'day, Patricia. Lovely to see you, as always. Who was next? Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Who's next? Goodness me. And then we had a flood of people. Richmond. Rich, how are you, mate? And Jordan, and Merv, and Fiona. Geo? I think that's Jeff. I think it is Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Who else we got? Murray, how are you? Steve. Janet. Janet says, I'm a newbie to cheese making. Came to your channel through Jennifer Murch's channel. Milk Slinger, watching from Middle Tennessee. I thought it was just Tennessee, but there you go. Welcome. Thank you to the stream. We got Nicole Smith. Hello, Nicole. We got Maro Gold. Thank you, Maro Gold. Thanks for everything I do. Thank you. I appreciate it. Haven't done much of late, but yes, we do things here. Cool Cat. How are you, mate? Chat legends, yes. Everybody in the chat is a legend. And All Out of Spoons is there as well. So, lovely to see everybody. So, what have I been doing? Well, not a heck of a lot. It's been so hot here. It's just crazy. Today's a cooler day. I think we're going to have a top of 22 Celsius, which is nothing. It's lovely. A nice balmy day. But I tell you what, the last 3 weeks have just been scorchers. As I mentioned in the chat already, we had a couple of days, well, we've had a few days over 40, and the max we had, and it was catastrophic fire danger day, and that was 45 degrees Celsius. I couldn't believe it. We had bushfires to the south of us, bushfires to the north of us. All about, well, the ones to the south of us were about 250 kilometres away. What's that in miles? About 160 miles, I think. The ones to the north were about 300 kilometres away, so not too bad. But it didn't matter which way the wind shifted, because we had smoke coming from the south and smoke coming from the north, so air quality was really bad. Yeah, so, you know, what can you do? But we are keeping sane, if that makes sense. You know, it was so hot that when we went to go into the pool, it was too smoky. The air quality was so bad, Kim's bloody lungs were packing it in, so she's okay. But, you know, I find it very hard to breathe when there's smoke around. Well, like we all do, I suppose. Anyway, who else we got joining there? We got the voice of reason. G'day, how are you? From Derbyshire. Did I get it right? Patricia says 45, that's ugly. Do I have climate control in our house so you can keep a bit cool? Well, yes. Yes, we have air conditioners. We have double glazing. One of the very few houses in our town that does, I believe. I planned ahead for all this. I knew that it was going to get hotter and hotter every year, as these things do. So we've got four split system air conditioners in the house. One in Ben's room, one in our room, one in the lounge, and one in the office where we pack all our orders so we can still do work when it's a little bit hot. And one of the reasons I hadn't been making videos over January is because the air conditioner, the split system air conditioner in this room, in the studio where I film a heck of a lot of the videos and do live stream stuff like that, it broke. It broke a week after Christmas. Try and get somebody to fix an air conditioner between Christmas and New Year's in Australia. It's like pulling teeth, I tell you what. Almost impossible. So, yeah, absolutely crazy. So, I found a mate of a mate, thank goodness, who was an air conditioner technician, and they could fix it, but it was going to cost me $900, and it was past its warranty. So, I decided to purchase a brand new air conditioner, so we had the warranty, and that cost me $1,800. $1,800 out of a pension is not ideal, obviously. So there you go. So that's how we keep cool. So I couldn't do anything for about 3 weeks until we got it fixed. So any live streams I did on the gaming channel were late at night when it was a bit cool. So absolutely crazy. Let's have a look. Marigold says, do I have a video on natural rind? I think I do. Have a look at the Gruyere video. I think that's still there. Let's have a look. Let's just check. Over to the second monitor, Gruyere. If I spelt it right. Doesn't have a Gruyere. How about a Gru? No Gru. Okay, maybe I don't have it anymore. Let me think. What's another one I did a natural rind? The original Parmesan did. Let's have a look. Alright, so this Parmesan video here, which I'll share the link to. Sharing the link. So I aged the rind naturally for a month, and then I vacuum packed it because Parmesan take like 12 months before they're ready. I didn't want it to dry out. I had done parmesans before, but they were really on the hard side, I would say, so quite hard, and better for grating than slicing and anything else. And then once I figured out my mistake, it took 12 months to figure that out. I developed a natural rind for about a month, so the cheese had time to lose some moisture, and then I vacuum packed it to keep what moisture was left in there, so I got a nice grainy cheese. Did the same with the cheese that cannot be mentioned. Where is it? Cheese and desist. Just find it for you. Cheese and desist cheese. There it is. Second monitor. There we go. No mistakes today. I changed all my buttons around. This one here. Good looking bloke. This was a controversial cheese at the time, apparently. Just ask the Italians. Let's just grab it now. Where did I do the natural rind part? So I let it dry out for a while. There we go. So it started to go, let me have a look. Started to crack on the outside as well. So this was after about a month of ripening. So I wasn't particularly fond of this cracking, because if you leave it too long, then obviously the it's going to get infected. So then after the month, I decided to vacuum pack it, and it actually closed all the cracks in and made it all safe. And it can be aged up for 2 years. Anyway, so I'm looking at it here. Don't know, you probably can't hear it. Anyway, you can see all the cracks are gone. See, so after the 10 to 12 months or whatever it was, yeah, absolutely, all the cracks went away, and the cheese. Even when we have a look, is it all cut? God, this is a while ago. Let's have a look. Oh, looks good. Where's the close up, Gav? Where's your close up? Maybe there's a close up here. I don't know. No close up. Yeah, but anyway, it was grainy. It was lovely. It was a nice cheese. Anyway, that's what it was. So let me just put that into the chat. I'm going to put the real name. There you go. Is that different than the first one? Yes, it is. Right, that's good. Okay, so that is the video, and just check those out. If it's not humid enough, obviously your natural rind's going to you're gonna have issues with the natural rind, and that's because it'll dry out too much. You can keep it in a ripening box, keep the humidity up by keeping a damp cloth underneath it. But you will find that if you can't control the mold, it's probably best to vacuum pack, clean it off and vacuum pack it if you can't keep on top of the mold growth, which inevitably it will happen if your ripening box is not absolutely pristine clean. Is it Jonathan? G'day, Jonathan. Where's he from? Haynes in Port Elizabeth, South Africa. I followed your videos for 5 years. First time joining a live chat. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, mate. I appreciate you joining. Who else we got? Another one. Bill Dooling. G'day, Bill. First stream. Gee, kind of looks like Steven Seagal there. What a cool looking dude. Oh, amazing. Any cheese questions? Throw them in the chat. That's why we're here. Now, one thing we didn't have is there's no photos for the gallery. So, he's your uncle. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I like that. Oh, sorry. It's Monday. Up my cheeks. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, there we go. He's uncle. Very good. if you've got any questions, like I said, pop in the chat. Yeah, like I said, no gallery photos. I went back through my email for the 2 weeks, as you do, and nothing. Not a sausage. So if you want to know how to send photos, you can't do it now. Well, you can, but they won't make it for the show. What I will do is... where is it? Second monitor. There he is. So to send me photos for the gallery, all we do is to go to this bit here. So you got to go in. You got to be in a browser on a desktop or laptop. I think it might even work on a tablet, but it won't work in the native YouTube app. This little pop-up comes up. That bit works on iOS or what's the other one? Android. But you won't get this. For some reason, this view email address bit is only on in a proper browser. So just click here, and that's where you can send the photos and stuff to me. I'd appreciate that. I really would. There is a question from All Out of Spoons. Let's have a look. Yep, there we go. It's on the screen. Question. Bought a new home. It has a basement that stays at 60 degrees. That's a bit hot. With humidity. Cheese cave possibility. Is that Fahrenheit? Alexa, convert 60 Fahrenheit to Celsius.
60 degrees Fahrenheit is about 15.6 degrees Celsius.
Ooh, a little bit warm. So it's like 16 Celsius. So ideal cheese cave conditions are about 13 degrees Celsius, with a humidity of between 80 to 90% humidity. So yeah, that's the best. Right, yes, it was Fahrenheit. Yeah, so maybe a little bit on the warm side. If you can find the coolest part of it, then absolutely. If you can get it down to 13 somewhere, then yeah, but 16, as long as it stays at that temperature the whole time and doesn't increase in temperature, you may be okay. You'd have to test her out then. So give that a try and see what happens. Okay. Bill Dooling says, Gavin, I actually won your cheese in need giveaway. Well, it wasn't mine altogether. It was Paul's as well. So I'm a thankful man. I just ordered my first kit. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy making cheese. For me, it's a lifelong well, not lifelong. I've only been making cheese since... When was the first time I made it? 2009 was the first time I made cheese. But since then, it's just been amazing. And I've loved every minute of it. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. You really will. Okay. How do I say that? Criminal? No? What's that? Michael. I'll just say Michael. Michael, hello. First time watching. I've got lots of first time watchers today. So you change the day and people watch. Crazy. Patricia has a question. Says, why do you add salt to vegetable ash when coating a bloomy rind cheese? Isn't salt alone okay? Sorry, isn't ash alone okay with salt? I think some people, yes, it is. I've certainly ashed cheese without the salt before, and then just added the salt afterwards. So let me just think what the process, why we would do it. It helps for better distribution of the ash as well, when you add salt to it. That's about the only thing I can think of. You know, you got to remember you do need to salt the cheese as well. Those cheeses are absolutely need to be salted, as you know. I think you're referring to your what's it called? Fundy Fog, where it has the ash line in the center as well as the outside. So Remembering that bloomy rind cheeses without ash, like Camembert and Petite Brie and that sort of stuff, you can actually brine those cheeses to get salt in them. But most of the time they are dry rubbed with salt before developing the bloomy white rind. With ash cheese, it's a bit harder because if you then dry rub the cheese with the ash on it, some of the ash is going to come off. So I think that's the main reason. And thinking back, because I am planning to make a Valencia video soon. I've got the pyramid molds. I've got access to goat's milk, and I've got an abundant supply of ash. Got a whole bucket of it over there. So I will be making that soon, and yes, I will be mixing salt with the ash to get it onto the cheese properly. So that's the main reason, anyway. Thank you, Patricia. Appreciate that. All Out of Spoon says, I will check the temperatures throughout. It's a big basement. Yeah, I'm sure you'll find a colder spot than just the 60 degrees Fahrenheit there. Michelle says, I'm planning on making Jim Wallace's dill Havarti recipe. I'm going to make a cheese with 2 gallons of milk. I want a big dill flavour. How much should I add? When you want a big dill flavour, I would add 2 teaspoons of dill. Absolutely, for sure. So, yeah, absolutely. So 2 teaspoons. I think the recipe calls for 1. If you want a big dill flavour, go for 2. You should be able to get an even distribution throughout the cheese. Let's just have a quick look at his recipe. Cheesemaking.com. Recipes. Can we search? Will it say dill Havarti? Or will it just be Havarti with dill? So many recipes. I better show what I'm doing. There we go. Sorry, I didn't mean to sing. This is if you ever stuck for a recipe and you don't have my book, this is a good place to find them. Havarti. H for Havarti. Havarti. I think that's got dill in it already. Yeah. What's he got in it? Dill or other herbs. Yep, no quantity, of course. Why would we do that, Jim? Okay, hang on. Let me just see where you've added the dill. It looks like somewhere in step 7, which we don't even mention when we add it in. Transfer up the... Right, so where is... Here we are. Drain the curds, add them to a lard. Once drained, add herbs. Right, so it's your choice, apparently. I'd go 2 teaspoons. Yeah, easy. So that's just shy of a tablespoon. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'd do. That's what I'd do. Having looked at that recipe briefly. Should be a good cheese. He's a pretty good cheese maker, young Jim. So, yeah, hope that helps. Alrighty. Ash. We had a question here. No, there's lots of questions. I learned to make baguettes last year, so I need to make my own cheese. I tell you what, cream cheese. Make French cream cheese. Go on. Right. I'm going to show you the recipe. Got to absolutely. If you want to make the bestest baguettes ever, French cream cheese is my favourite cream cheese, and it is absolutely beautiful. Let me just share that. So using the search function within the channel page, it only looks for stuff on the channel. It's the best way to go look for anything. Yeah, so back to me head. French, I'll put this in there. French cream cheese. It's extra creamy, but has a great tang to it too. Okay, there you go. What's the next question? Next question is from Nicole. Says, is it possible to age cheese slightly cooler than recommended? What's the lowest temperature that would be okay? I would, from personal experience, I would say 10 degrees Celsius is as low as I would go to age cheese, because anything lower than the aging process kind of stops. That's why when you buy a cheese and put it into the fridge at 4 degrees Celsius, it stays the same flavour forever, basically. So 10 degrees is as low as I would go for aging cheese. What did you think? What were your thoughts, Nicole? What's the lowest temperature you've got? Or sorry, the highest temperature within the range of making cheese? That'd be good to know. Another question is, Gavin, have you ever worked with A2 milk? If so, is there any difference in the cheese? No. A2, I'm not going to say it's a gimmick. It's just from a certain breed of cow. It'll work perfectly for cheese. No problems at all. Okay. It's Carmela. Ah, right. Carmela. Right. Now, I didn't get that. Thank you, Carmela. Okay. Vegetable ash. Please explain. Something you can make at home, or do you have to purchase it? You have to purchase it. Hang on just 1 second. I'll go and get a big tub of it. Do I have a big tub? Yes. This is the same thing. So French cheese ash, people call it, but it's activated charcoal, right? This stuff I've used on the last few cheeses, and it's turned out absolutely perfect. Food grade. We sell it. I'm going to bag some of this up this week. So yeah, it's something you purchase. You can't really make it yourself. You can't get it fine enough, and it's very airborne, if that makes sense. So I'm not really looking forward to bagging it up, putting into little jars. I am not putting into bags. But it is best to buy from specialty cheese stores. But if you can get food grade activated charcoal, perfect, no problems at all. And you can coat your cheeses with it. But it's got to be so fine, absolutely so fine. Alrighty, I hope that answered your question, the voice of reason. Johan says, the chowder that I make is rather wet. What can I do to get a drier cheese? Should I leave the curd longer in the whey/water? Rather wet. Does that mean that it's moist after you take it out of the brine? Or, no, yeah, that'll be the only time. It would be, I would describe something as wet. When it comes out of the brine, I would pat it down with paper towel. Absolutely fresh roll. Don't use old stuff. Could have bacteria on it, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, pat it down and then air dry it, and then get it ready for waxing or vacuum packing. So I hope that answers your question. Vanessa. Hello, Vanessa. Greetings from Switzerland. Oh, it's a long way away. Swiss make great cheese, by the way. What cheese would you recommend for a newbie starting their cheese making journey without having to buy all the kit stuff straight away? Thank you. Good question. So some cheeses you can make without a cheese kit, absolutely, is something like paneer, which is a Indian subcontinent cheese that they put in curries and all that sort of stuff. Very easy. I've actually got a beginner's cheese list somewhere. Where is it? I'll find the video. This will help you. Beginners. There we go. Beginner's cheese list without a cheese cave. That's what we want. That's the one just for you. What's that mean? That's the gallery, but there is no gallery, so we'll just continue on. Copy. So this is back to my head. Beginners. Cheeses. There we go. So go and check that out. Great little video. It's got the links in it to all of the videos that I talk about, Vanessa, so you should be good to go. So hope that helps. Lipper Creates. I think that's Lipper Creates. Can you make mozzarella cheese with just milk and lemon juice? No, you cannot. You can try all you want, but it's not going to be mozzarella. Traditional mozzarella is made with thermophilic starter culture, a good quality milk. What else does it have? It has rennet, of course. And you can see the whole process for buffalo mozzarella, which is mozzarella de buffalo, not to be confused with cow's milk mozzarella. Mozzarella. God, I'm really using this de buffalo. The buff. I'll put buff because, right, there we go. So mozzarella de buffalo, absolutely beautiful cheese it was. I can't believe I made it. It was so nice. I managed to get my hands on some water buffalo milk here. Yeah, it was really good. Right, back to my head. I'll pop this in the chat as well. Mozzarella, rella, de buffalo. That's the one. There we go. There's the link. Go and check it out. That's how you make real mozzarella. Michelle says to Bill, A2 milk works just the same as any other milk. We have an A2 cow that I have made cheese with many times to help some people with milk allergies. Yeah, an A2 cow. Isn't that a Jersey cow? I think you got, Michelle. I thought we saw photos of it once. I can't remember your cow's name. I should know these things. See, I've got a picture of a cow on me. And I used to work on the dairy farm as a kid. Nicole says, I have an extra refrigerator and was wondering if I'd be able to use it to aged cheese, but the highest it goes is 48 Fahrenheit. Alexa, convert 48 Fahrenheit to Celsius. Alexa, convert 48 Fahrenheit to Celsius.
48 degrees Fahrenheit is about 8.89 degrees Celsius.
Okay, so what you're going to need, Nicole, is a external thermostat. Not a thermometer, it's a thermostat. Michelle, you've got there. I will have a look. Let me have a look. I do have one. Where did I put it? Right. Cheese fridge. I'm just looking for a blog post. Here we are, right. So I'm over at my website. I've got a website too. Did you know? Absolutely. You want to see all the cheesy stuff. No, not Temu ads. Who put that there? So little green cheese. This is what I used to be called. But anyway, so how to make a cheese fridge. I've actually got old external fridge. This is what I used to have. I converted to a wine fridge, which I'm going to be doing a video on that soon. Only because Kim thought it was a great idea and wanted me to get one. Anyway, this is what you need. This thing here. Not with these plugs. You'll get a US plug or whatever you got. But it's called an Inkbird ITC 308. And you can get... I'll get the link. How's the link? Can we get the link? Copy link address. There we go. That's what I want. Inkbird thermostat. There we go. Go and check that out. I'll get a small commission if you decide to purchase it. You plug your fridge in, and yeah, it's easy as pie. Just follow the instructions, and you put the probe, this bit here, the silver bit, into the fridge. I just put it through the seal at the top, and had no issues with it whatsoever. Yeah, does the link still work? Let's just have a look. Yeah, you'll find one. There you go. There's heaps of them. This is the Australian site, so it'll take you to the US version, so you won't have any problems. Alrighty, that's it. That's good. That'll work perfectly. Okay. Alrighty, what's the next question? Let's get back there. Back there. Hope that helps. Carolyn Jackson says, hello from England. Just want to say I love what you do. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Zombicus, long time no see. But you're coming back. Good on you. Thank you very much. What have we got here? Another question from Janet. Hang on. Nice sip. What have we got there? My mum has mould. Oh, gee, I hope that's not good. Showing up in her blood, which she has been working on detoxing from her system for several years. Needless to say, she's very leery of being around any area that is mouldy. Okay. We'll keep on. They moved from their house because they found a spot of mould in the basement closet. That being said, does cheese mould contaminate your house? No, it doesn't. It's not like the black mould that you're talking about. Totally different. So the moulds are specific food moulds: Penicillium roqueforti, Penicillium candidum, Brevibacteria linens. They're the three main ones. But they don't grow in your walls. They won't grow in damp areas. Specifically, they grow in your cheese fridge. That's where they like to live. But yeah, they won't grow on your walls and stuff like that. And they won't contaminate your lungs or anything like that. So there are specific food molds. They're not harmful to you. Obviously, we eat them. So no, I wouldn't be too worried about that. Yeah, there you go. Hope that answered your question. Carmel says thanks for putting up the links. You're welcome. That's what I do. That's the sort of show it is. It's obviously Ask the Cheeseman, a show and tell per se, question and answer, all that sort of stuff. Persnickety, mate, how are you? Good to see you today. I'm glad you could join us. I've changed the day, so everybody's turning up. That's what I love. So cool. Michelle says our A2 cow is Sally, not Trinity. But yes, she is a Jersey cow too. My husband just started milking a Holstein Jersey cross, and she gives 6 gallons a day. No way I need that much. How much is it? Alexa, convert 6 gallons to litres.
6 gallons is about 22.7 litres.
22.7 litres. That is a lot of milk. That's, well, for my cheese pots, that's 2 batches. So imagine making, or just get a bigger pot, I suppose. Sorry. Yeah, get a bigger pot, I suppose. It's like Jaws, got to get a bigger boat. That's the one. Yeah, get a bigger pot and you make one big whopping great big batch of curds and just split them into multiple cheese baskets like they do in the big cheese factories. So when making one batch, you just use all those curds and make lots of little cheeses. Does that make sense? Yeah. But yeah, no way you need that much. You can imagine doing it every day. Oh my goodness. You know, I love cheese making, right? Don't get me wrong. But every single day? I don't know. That's why I'm a hobbyist and not in full production. So, yeah. Okay. Persnickety says he would love 6 gallons daily, as I typically use 9 gallons for your heavy cheeses. My goodness. Yeah, that's right. You got a massive setup there, Persnickety. I remember. And yeah, absolutely. I've actually got your photos, I'm pretty sure, in my video for Curd Nerd setups. So yeah, that's absolutely coming soon. Now that, well, just now that I've got an air conditioner out here, I can actually sit here during the day when I normally make talking head videos and do that. So, but yeah, so that'll be in there. Anyway, Michelle says my pot can only hold what's that? 2.5 gallons. What's that? 10 litres. Right, there you go. I'll get this litres thing. This is for all the countries that don't use imperial measurements anymore, which is just about everybody, by the way. Just letting you know. Lipper Create says, what is Munster cheese? Well, there's two versions. There's an American version and there's a French version. Munster is a washed rind cheese. It is absolutely delicious. It's washed with a mixture of brine and Brevibacteria linens, giving it a very smelly cheese. The American version is actually rubbed with annatto just to give it colour, and the flavour is totally different than French Munster. Just in case you wanted to know that. But yeah, can I show a picture? I'm pretty sure I made it once. Munst, Munster. I've got all the Munsters. And let me have a look. Munster, right. So I actually neglected mine and they went a bit funny. But yeah, I have a petite Munster recipe. Let's grab that. Copy. Petite Munster. Oh, I just called them little monsters. I should do. There you go. There's a recipe. Go and check that out. See if you like it. But yeah, definitely. It's from the Alsace region in France. And it smells. They smell alright. Don't you worry about that. Like old socks. But bloody delicious cheeses when you make them right. So, yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah, and Persnickety totally has it nailed. American Munster is bland and flavourless. You know it's cheese, but it doesn't taste like anything. Yeah, but French Munster tastes amazing. The flavour of a washed rind cheese is just second to none. If you'd never tried one, look, the first time I had a washed rind cheese, I made Tilsit. Can I find that? Tilsit cheese. Oh, there we go. Absolutely. What am I doing? Right, there we go. So Tilsit, as you can see, it's orange, right? And when I opened it, it had a little bit of eye development. That was expected because that's the starter culture I used created gas, which was on purpose. But Tilsit, it turned from this like dark yellowy colour to an orangey colour, orangey red, and absolutely beautiful. So Tilsit is worth making. It is similar to Munster, but in my humble opinion, the recipe is far superior. I'll just put that here. And Matt, you're not wrong. It is Monday here, my time. You seem to have lost a day. What I'm looking for, Tilsit. There we go. Go and check that out. I think you'll be impressed. What's Matt from the Ren at Work says I seem to have lost a day. It's Sunday. Yes, new day. We're trying a new day for a few weeks. It is, and it's due to a few factors. As I said, I wanted to sleep in on Sundays and never get a sleep in, ever. Why did my Tilsit flatten out? Because it's a very soft cheese, and it did, and I gave it a natural rind. I think it was about 6 to 8 weeks it flattened out because it was a very moist cheese, but those sorts of cheeses tend to flatten out a bit. So, that's why. Michelle? There we go. I'll put it up there. There you go. Yeah, that's the reason why. Persnickety says I will add Tilsit to the list of things to try. That'll be, yeah, so I think the recipe, let me just have a look-see. What's the recipe say? Where can I find the recipe? Here it is. Yeah, it was 10 litres of cream. Full cream milk is the same as whole milk. Thermophilic culture, brevibacterial linens, calcium chloride, liquid rennet, brine solution, and brine for washing. There you go. So fairly simple cheese as far as ingredients go, but it's all about the thermophilic culture. I used MOT92. You could use, what's the one I'm thinking of? You could use not Thermo B, Thermo C. So the one with LH in it. So it's got to have Streptococcus thermophilus, and it's got to have Lactobacillus lactis subspecies helveticus. So LH. So, or you could buy TA61 and LH100 and use equal parts of that. Or, like I said, MOT92, which has LH in it as well. And that'll be perfect. It is a lovely, lovely cheese. Alright, that's enough of that. Back to my head. Let me just get back to the page so I can find what I'm looking for later. Right, there we go. Okay. Brian, how are you, Brian? Lovely to see you, mate. How do you get a sharp Swiss or baby Swiss? How do you get one? You go to the shop and you buy one. No, how do you get it? How do you make it sharp? Is that what you're trying to say? Right, age. The longer it ages, the sharper the cheese gets. That's all it is. There's no magic to it. It's the standard. So that a lot of cheese making facilities will make cheeses available at different ages, and they call them different names. In Italy, they certainly do. They call them different names. Like, for instance, you look at Asiago. There's a fresh Asiago. There's a 6-month-old Asiago. There's a 12-month-old Asiago. There's a 2-year-old Asiago, and they give them all different names. Obviously, put an Italian word in front of the Asiago, and they give it a whole bunch of different names. And there are all those names PDO designated cheeses as well. And it's just aging. Same for Swiss cheeses, or Swiss style like Emmentaler, or Gruyere, or they're the two main ones. There are many Swiss cheeses, but to get ones with eyes, which is basically Emmentaler, then you age it for a long time, and that creates the sharpness in the cheese. Instead of, if you have a younger version, it'll be very mild and mellow. So there you go. That's how you do it. Michelle says I made Tilsit 9 days ago. Hope it tastes good. Yes, I'll tell you what, it was beautiful. Don't worry about the smell, by the way. Michelle, it will smell like old socks. All right, guaranteed. It's supposed to, right? So that's what brevibacteria smells like. So absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you, Michelle, for your kind $10 super chat. That's a super chat. Why is the light not going off? Thank you, Michelle. Really appreciate the $10, but absolutely amazing. Why is the light not going off? Doesn't matter. I'll do a manual one for you. Thank you. And I better turn it off. What's going on? Oh, Patricia's going. Sorry, mate. Time for dinner. All right. Stay fresh. Cheese bags, indeed. See, big salute for you. I got that from the other channel. All right. 10 minutes to go. If you still got questions, see you later, Patricia. Thanks for joining today, mate. If you've got any questions, then absolutely pop them into the chat now, and I will get to them before I run out of things to say and stop the show, because, you know, that's why. That's why we stop the show, because it finishes. Oh, there we go. Matt has a question / statement. New. Oh, there we go. That's the automated. That's for you, Michelle. All right, just for you. There we go. The New Year experiment. I've made blue Shropshire Night in a sausage type shaped knifed. What? Right. I've made a blue Shropshire Night in a sausage type shaped knife, the paste, and just painted on candidum. I don't understand. I've been careful with the humidity, get the growth times right. Made a Shropshire blue, is that what you're saying? In a sausage right, so a tube, yeah? And put Penicillium candidum on the outside as well. So it'll be a bit like Camden Zola, but a big long thing. So what are you trying to make? Did I get it wrong? Let me know. Zombicus says, what is your streaming schedule nowadays? Depends on the channel. This channel, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we've had a lot of people today. And a lot of people I haven't seen for a long, long time. So I'm happy to keep it Monday mornings because officially that's my work day. I'd love to get a weekend off because Sunday, and I've been doing it for what, 384 episodes on Sunday mornings. And Kim goes, you never sleep in, Gav. And I said, yeah, I'm getting on. Maybe I do need to sleep in on Sundays. So, not only that, it's, I'm awake for work on Monday mornings bright and early anyway. So, I just delay the start of packing orders by an hour and I'm here. So, why not? So, streaming schedule at the moment, as it stands, is Mondays for me, which is probably Sunday now for where you are. Alrighty, next question is from All Out of Spoons. We are going across the country from zero humidity to higher humidity often. My cheese making changes from what I'm used to because of a different location / weather. Sorry, will my cheese making change from what I'm used to because of different locations / weather? Yeah, it probably will. Moving, right. Now I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, because as the French say, cheeses develop because of the terroir, or the environment that the cheese is made in, right? Right, so you'll have the same cows and the same milk. Okay, well that's a good thing. So the terroir won't affect you too much, which is good. Different humidity, different temperatures. As long as where you make it, it's roughly the same, then you probably won't have too much of an issue from what you're used to. But yeah, there will be some changes. You'll just have to, as an experienced cheesemaker, you'll have to roll with the punches and figure out. Just check that whatever you did in the past, it still holds true in your new location. So things like air drying time, you may have to put air dry in the kitchen fridge instead if it's too hot. But because you're using the same milk and the same cow, maybe the feed will be different from the cow, so that may change things a little bit as well. Yeah, there will be some changes. Things will be different, but just have to measure that as you go along. No problems at all. Okay, we have 6 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is what I do always. I don't even know if this came up. Did this come up? There we go. That's me. Just want to make sure that was working. Now, if you had any more questions, and we've had quite a few people do my, it's not formal course, it's a structured course. So pop over to courses.littlegreenworkshops.com.au and you can have a look at the Curd Nerd Academy. The basic cheese making course is $150 US, where you learn how to make 9 cheeses. It's all online. There's lots of videos, lots of explanations. All the recipe cards are downloadable. All of the lessons are downloadable as well. So go and check them out, as I said, at the Curd Nerd Academy, courses.littlegreenworkshops.com.au. Prices are in US dollars because it's hosted in the US. So, but if you want to get cheese making supplies, then pop over to our store, littlegreenworkshops.com.au. We send everywhere in the world except sanctioned countries and the US at the moment because of tariffs, because I would have to change my entire store just to ship to the US. So the return on investment was not viable for us to ship to the US until these tariffs go away, or something changes somehow. I'll leave it over to those in the US. And of course the merch, where you can find the Talk Curdy to Me shirt. All those links are down in the description below anymore, as well as the lovely certified Curd Nerd mug. Go and check it out. Bloody lovely. Makes the best coffee out of those mugs too, by the way. Anyway, thanks for watching today on the new time slot. Hope you've enjoyed it. Absolutely lock it in your schedule for next week, because I'll schedule it soon as I finish today for next week's episode. And don't forget to send in your gallery photos. And how do you do that again? Let me just show you. Go to the channel page, click here where it says more, and then scroll down and then view email address. Like I said, it doesn't work on the iOS app or the Android app. You've got to do it in a browser. View email address and send your photos with descriptions of what they are and how you made them and what they tasted like, or any issues you reckon you may be having, and we can try and fix those up. But I would love to present a gallery next week instead of me going hoarse and talking all the time. Goodness me. All right, well, thanks for watching, Curd Nerds, and I'll see you next time. Have a great week. Have a cheesy week. And, yeah, absolutely fantastic. All right, see you later. Bye.